God has delivered David's enemy right into his hands. We can assume that Saul, as he goes in to relieve himself, it's probably the one that takes longer than the other one. David has a little bit of time to have some conversation with his men, and they're like, see, the Lord wants you to kill him. And David almost seems like, I'm going to fall for this, but when he approaches Saul, David chooses to do something else. He cuts a part of Saul's robe. Now, it seems insignificant to us that he would do something like this, but if you know your Old Testament a little bit, and you know the story of what God does here, is in the book of Numbers, God talks about how the men of Israel, the Israelite men, are supposed to wear tassels on the edges of their robes. The tassels were there to remind them to obey the commands of God. Numbers kind of describes it this. He says, you will have these tassels to look at so that you will remember all the commands of the Lord, that you may obey them and not prostitute yourselves by going after the lusts of your own hearts and your own eyes. It was a reminder to obey the law of Moses. It would be similar to us even wearing a crucifix around our neck today, right? We look at that, it's a reminder that I am a Christian, that I should behave like a Christian, that I should act like a Christian. Well, the tassels were there. So David goes off, he trims off one of those tassels, and then he feels conscience-stricken. He feels like, I shouldn't have done this even to the Lord's own. Not only shouldn't I kill him, but I even shouldn't have cut off the robe. But he wants to give Saul an idea, a reminder that I was close enough that I could have taken your life if I wanted to. And so David doesn't just leave it there. But the next thing is, not only, even though his men want him to kill Saul, because you think about it, if he kills Saul, the next day he's king. They could be back living in the palace